The COVID-19 Flashback 2019. How did the COVID-19 flashback start? The COVID-19 outbreak started in December 2019 in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China. At first, those who became ill showed symptoms of pneumonia of unknown origin. Scientists soon found out that the virus causing COVID-19 is a coronavirus that has been named SARS-CoV-2. Interesting fact. The virus probably originated from bats and could be transmitted to humans via an intermediate animal, possibly a pangolin. This supports the theory of zoonosis, where diseases are transmitted from animals to humans. What are the main symptoms of COVID-19? Symptoms of COVID-19 range from mild to severe and may include fever, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, loss of smell or taste, and muscle or joint pain. In some people, the disease is asymptomatic. Interesting fact. Scientists have noted that COVID-19 can cause long-standing COVID, a condition in which symptoms persist long after initial recovery. This can include fatigue, shortness of breath, and trouble concentrating. How is the virus spread? COVID-19 is transmitted primarily through droplets that are produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. The virus can also be transmitted through contact with surfaces on which it is found. Interesting fact. The virus can survive on various surfaces such as plastic for up to 72 hours, which emphasizes the importance of regular disinfection and hand washing. How did the world respond to the outbreak? Initial countermeasures included quarantine in Wuhan, border closures, and travel restrictions. Soon, many countries began imposing strict measures such as lockdowns and social distancing. Interesting fact. Wuhan had one of the strictest travel restrictions, with more than 11 million people locked out. This became one of the first examples of mass quarantine in history. What vaccines have been developed against COVID-19? Vaccine development began in 2020, and the first vaccines, such as Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna, were already registered at the end of December. These vaccines use mRNA technology to fight the virus. Interesting fact. The development of vaccines against COVID-19 has been record-breaking thanks to global collaboration between scientists, governments, and pharmaceutical companies. It usually takes several years to develop a vaccine. How has COVID-19 affected the economy? The COVID-19 outbreak led to a global economic recession. Many businesses closed, millions of people lost their jobs, and international trade faced serious problems. Interesting fact, according to the IMF, the world economy shrank by 3% in 2020, the sharpest decline since the Great Depression of the 1930s. How did the pandemic change social behavior? The pandemic led to significant changes in social interactions, work, and lifestyles. People began to work from home more often, as well as use online platforms to socialize. Interesting fact, video calling platforms like Zoom became incredibly popular and their use increased by 30% at the beginning of the pandemic. This has changed the way people communicate and work. What role did the media play in covering the pandemic? The media played a key role in spreading information about COVID-19, but also faced criticism for spreading misinformation. Following the facts and verifying sources became important. Interesting fact. In 2020, the World Health Organization declared an information pandemic, emphasizing the need to combat false news and misinformation about COVID-19. What were the public health implications of the pandemic? The healthcare system in many countries came under severe pressure. Hospitals faced shortages of beds, health workers, and equipment such as ventilators. Interesting fact. In some countries such as Italy and Spain, the healthcare system was on the verge of collapse, leading health professionals to make difficult decisions about resource allocation. What were the long-term effects of the pandemic? The COVID-19 pandemic left long-term consequences for health, the economy, and society. Many work and lifestyle changes are expected to remain after the pandemic is over. Interesting fact, research suggests that the pandemic may change the approach to healthcare by increasing investment in telemedicine and digital technologies. The COVID-19 outbreak was one of the most significant events in modern history, affecting millions of people around the world. The pandemic changed not only our lives, but also our approach to healthcare, economics, and social interactions. Studying these issues provides a better understanding of how we can prepare for future challenges.